everybody. Welcome to Spiritual Successor, a comedy video game design podcast where we take your lovely video game ideas and turn them into the next AAA video game titles. We got to get through this shit real quick because AJ and I, we got something real important to handle right after this podcast.
We have super important things to handle that definitely isn't a silly thing like playing a game made for babies and dunking on 5-year-olds so fucking hard in baby's first MOBA.
It's totally not that, and it's totally not playing as Venusaur and ulting on a group of people and just absolutely fucking destroying a group of kid Pokemon. Hey everybody, welcome to Spiritual Successor. AJ and I have been playing a fuck ton of Pokemon Unite. It has been a blast. If you haven't played it, play it.
It's such a good game. I've been having a total time with it. I've been like Saturday, I woke up and I played a little bit of the game with some friends, and then I spent like all day climbing through ranked.
You know what I think is so funny? Actually, just a little bit insight. Anytime I've texted AJ about like, hey, we need to get together, do some work thing. Hey, well, let's, you want to fucking hang out? You want to do something? He's like, all right, cool. Let me put aside Pokemon Unite for a little bit, and every
finish
time
this
I've
match
talked to
really
AJ,
quick.
Yeah, every time I've talked to AJ, he's just like, just absolutely just making kids cry in a video game. It's awful.
It feels so good to leave a match as Garchomp, though, because Garchomp is a real sink-or-swim type Pokemon.
Yeah.
And there's something so satisfying about leaving a match with 29 kills and, like, 4 times that you dunked because you've just been, like, on the best offense. The best form of crowd control is murder. And so as Garchomp, you simply make sure that nothing's alive and your friends get to dunk.
You see something alive and then it's just like you blink and they're gone. And God, Garchomp's nasty. Anytime I fight Garchomp...
He's just a shark. He's just a big land shark.
No, he's a shark. He's a shark with jets on his head, dude. He's more than a shark. How dare you minimize how cool Garchomp is? And you say you main that boy. Actually,
you know what other video game I've been playing a lot, actually?
Is it Fate Grand Order? Because you always play that. That's nothing. That's nothing new.
I finished Boyfriend Dungeon since the last recording.
Whoa, you finished that wicked fast. You started that like 2 days ago, 2 days prior to recording. Really? What? How is it like? Is it like
it's
a
only
Helltaker
like 12
situation?
hours. It's really short.
It's only like 12 hours, dude. That's still a long. Well, actually, I finished Doom in like 3 days, like 3 sessions over 3 days, and that was like that's
I bet
like a
you Doom is like
hour.
at least 38 hours.
No, it's not. It's actually only like an 18-hour game, bro.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, well, it also depends. It's one of those games where it's like speedrunners can definitely get through that game, and it's all difficulty speeds it up. But yeah, it's only like an 18-hour game. I mean, that's like the standard runtime of games nowadays. Like it started.
Not true at all.
Wait, no, like 16 to 18 hours is like the standard game time.
I don't think that's true.
How long are
I'll just give you some games and I can guarantee. Like, here, no.
No, okay,
I'll
obviously,
toss out
if you
games
fucking.
and we will be like, oh, this one's like 40 plus hours.
Obviously,
Watch.
if you fucking throw at me Red Dead Redemption 2 and you were like, is this game 16 hours?
No,
I'd be like,
not
no.
even that. I'm talking shit like God of War, Last of Us.
God of War, I feel like those feel like 18-hour experiences.
No, not the old ones, the new ones. The games are long now, bud. Last of Us 2 is like a 30-hour game, if not more.
I have a weird question for you, or a weird purpose as to why that is.
Why are games longer?
Why are games longer? And here's why. I think,
because people want long games. That's really it. It's an arms race.
No, I don't think it's because people want long games. I know there are plenty of games out there that people. I think there is a great appreciation for short and sweet video games. Look at Helltaker, for example. Short, sweet video game. And that had a huge impact. But I think people, especially now, when there are so many fucking games to play.
Whole audience that you're just a horny man that thinks of Helltaker, huh?
His comics the comics that dude posts online are super funny, and I recommend everybody watch them.
They're definitely not bait for more horny fan art. Definitely not.
They are not, but no, I mean, the furry ones are. The furry ones are very
Did you, wait, you know that's why that guy made the game, right?
Because he wanted to make bait, yeah, obviously.
He wanted to make horny bait. His whole gimmick was like, if I make a video game with these characters, people will become horny for them and make the fan art of them getting schnasty for me.
Yeah, like, oh, really? That
is some next level place. Yes, that was the move.
Galaxy break. Yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense, because, like, anybody who makes Cerberus is like asking for that to happen. Those that don't know, Helltaker is you're Satan and you're dating a bunch of demons, and they all look similar, but they're all like
except that's not the game at all. You were just a little dude pushing things around in a platform, and every level you talk to someone, there's like no dating to it. It's just a little puzzle pusher with hot characters.
No, but I think there is a dating element to it. Not like the game isn't dating, but there is like these people are talking and being flirty and doing things together. Like, it's not, it's, you're right. It's not like, oh, the game is you going out on dates, Honey Pop style. But it's like, no, these people are definitely, like, getting schnasty. Like, it's a thing.
Boyfriend Dungeon, no one gets schnasty.
Really? I'm quite surprised by that.
I mean, like, they say that people get schnasty, but it's like, oh, you touch their sword. And it's like, all right, so we fucked. But, like, that's a weird situation to be in where, like, if your partner could turn into a sword, like, would they just, like, transform and you would grab hold of it and just start cranking it so right while holding a sword in your hand?
AJ, you ask the big questions on this podcast. You ask the big, psychological...
I just don't know how I would fuck a sword.
I'm sure there are plenty of Heaven's Official Blessing people out there that can tell you that. So don't ask how I know that.
I hate you so much right now. Also, the wrong book, I think. I don't think it was Heaven's Official's Blessing that does that. I don't know.
It's just two Chinese dudes that love fucking each other. Yeah, I know, right?
We need to move on with our lives. Blake, I'd like to do a video game podcast now because... we entered this saying that we needed to do it fast so that we could get back to Pokemon, and we've now veered so outside of like being podcast mode that I desperately must rein us back in for podcasts.
Seriously, I don't know. I kind of enjoy talking about how our friends love just showing us immense amounts of yaoi.
I really love making weird one-off sentence obscure references that neither one of us want to explain or express more of.
Hold on. That's an obscure. Heaven's Official Blessing's fucking huge, dude. What? I don't know what the story is, but I know it's huge.
Again, the one that you referenced wasn't Heaven's Official's Blessing, I don't think. I believe you referenced Modazushi.
Modazushi?
The sword crimes that we don't want to talk about is a Modazushi thing. I'm like 98% sure.
This is going to be the weirdest we get on our Discord, huh? It's like,
anyway,
no, you guys were
everybody,
talking...
like, actually, okay, you... And, like, the worst part that you've done here, Blake, is you forced us to start talking about a thing that you and I only know of through obscure references done by the people in our lives. I don't know shit about this project or this IP. Why do you do this to us? Why do you purposefully sit down some days and you say, I don't know shit about this, and AJ doesn't either. Let's drop it on the podcast.
It's that shitty Big Brother
don't
energy,
get me wrong.
man.
Like, I know that we're dumbasses, but you really set us up for failure sometimes, bud.
Okay, here's the thing. The only thing I may or may not have gotten wrong is the name of the manga. It is a manhwa because it's Chinese, and I don't. I mean, I didn't name anything else. Like, I was very obscure. I just said a thing happens with the sword. Do with that what you will. I'd say in the context of you talking about Boyfriend Dungeon, maybe they get the idea of what happened, but who knows? Maybe do your own research. I'm not a news podcast. I just talk about dumb shit. Hey, everybody, let's talk about video games. AJ, why are you trying to get us off topic this whole time? Come on.
I know. I'm really
to the
bad
point.
about this.
You know I want to get back to Venusaur. All right, start us off.
This comes from Barry B. Coltrane at Nonimo31, undercover boss of the game.
Okay. See, I read this post too, and I immediately thought of the SNL short with Kylo Ren going undercover. Well, because I'm wondering if we can...
No, that is exactly what I thought of too, actually.
I don't want to do Star Wars, but I'm wondering if we can take that same route of like, okay, is there another popular series out there right now where we can do an undercover boss style thing? So Star Wars is pretty big right now. Is there any way we can do an undercover boss but with the Avengers? So like, say it's one version of Tony Stark going back, spoilers, and he's trying to go... I'm trying to picture somebody like Let's try Batman. Batman's going. Actually, I don't know.
I don't think Batman has a business. I think he's just rich.
No, he has Wayne Enterprises, dude. It's like a.
What is Wayne Enterprises?
They do everything.
Other than in the Christopher Nolan thing. Like I know in the Christopher Nolan movies, like Wayne Enterprises is like a military research company.
Yeah,
but what is it in the comics?
I think it's a multitude of things. I think it is. It is a weapons research situation, but it's also does like software and other development and other shit for like this city. I think it's just like one of those businesses that does a bit of everything. It's a little bit like Amazon. How Amazon's a.
I was about to ask: Is Bruce Wayne Amazon?
Is Bruce Wayne Jeff Bezos of Gotham City? All right, that's our game. So Batman is going undercover at Wayne Enterprises, but you start ground floor. So you actually work the packaging thing, but you're Bruce Wayne. And I'm wondering if you can do this thing. You know, like how in the SNL short, those that don't know, SNL, Saturday Night Live, American TV series, it's not sitcom. What the fuck am I? It's sketch comedy. And they did a undercover boss fake episode where Kylo Ren went undercover in the Death Star, basically. And it's just like him doing his whole shit, like just finding out how crappy of a boss he is. And usually it's supposed to, in like the actual show of Undercover Boss, it's like them getting into touch with like the ground workers of their big building, something Jeff Bezos would never do. So
I found a corporate list of corporate branches and subsidiaries of Wayne Enterprises.
Oh, that can be helpful. Hit us up.
So let me just go through the list. We got Wayne Security, Wayne Research Institute, Wayne Aerospace, Batman Incorporated, Wayne Yards, Wayne Industries, Wayne Biotech.
So hold on a second. So you said Batman Incorporated.
Yes, you did catch that. Batman Incorporated is apparently a legal subsidiary of the Wayne Enterprises.
So
I'm going to go ahead and read off the Wikipedia article. In Batman Incorporated, Bruce Wayne announces that he will officially fund the efforts of various crime fighters through the formation of a subsidiary called Batman Incorporated.
What a like a ballsy move, because he's like. Everybody's
really
going to draw a comparison. He's going to draw a comparison.
Number one, I'm definitely not Batman. Number two, if somebody were Batman, I'm going to put some money aside to protect any sort of legal efforts around Batman, any sort of damages done by Batman.
Oh my God. How much damage do you think I don't think Batman does a whole lot of like damage.
You apparently need to sit down and rewatch The Dark Knight, huh, bud?
I mean, yeah, I haven't seen Dark Knight in a while. You know,
There's a scene in The Dark Knight where he's driving down a highway and his car has miniguns on it, so he shoots all the cars in his way until they explode, so they're not on the road anymore, so he can keep driving.
That's pretty fucking cool, actually. That's pretty rad.
It is really cool, but it is a lot of property damage.
Yeah.
Is one major problem.
So let's say this. I think this gives us a direction. So Wayne is trying to go, and here's his motivation. He is going undercover, working as an undercover boss, going into the construction company. Because I'm wondering if like he's solving some crime. What a coincidence!
We do have a Wayne Construction. Wayne Construction is the property construction and civil engineering's division of Wayne Enterprises. The division has played a prominent role in the construction of a free railway system in Gotham City.
Yeah, there you go. So, what I'm trying to figure out the story here is he is going back to the damage of a crime scene. So, he's going back to the freeway where he exploded a bunch of cars because there's a clue there. So rather than going as Batman, he goes as an undercover person because he finds out maybe there's something going on and there's some sort of ring in the construction or something. I guess this is another thing we need to figure out. Is this funny? Is this game a funny thing? Or is this like an actual crime fighty like Arkham City?
I think the funniest thing about it is how many different things are fall under Wayne Enterprises. Blake, there's 16 things on this list.
Do you think Wayne actually knows anything about construction?
Can we talk this for a second? Batman.
Yeah.
Batman is super mega rich. And and Bruce Wayne has this company with a billion different things. Batman spends his day fighting crime, not killing bad guys, and like taking supermodels out on yachts, pretending to date them so that no one knows that Bruce Wayne is actually a man who sleeps all day and fights crime at night. Yeah. He also owns a company called Wayne Yards that is responsible for building many naval warships. Excuse me?
Okay. I mean, like, Wayne's kind of, I mean, he has a lot of
Hey, why is your
stuff
boat
going
building
on.
company named Wayne Yards?
Because a shipyard, AJ. AJ, I don't
I thought this cat had like a gardening company.
You were so like fucking. Oh, dude, I got his ass. AJ, you got. You were the one who got. So, what is the fucking game? We can keep talking about all the shit Wayne Enterprises owns, but that's not funny. Like, well, is this a game of trying to? Is this like a lying game? Is this something where you are trying to Wolf Among Us style, where it's you have to go through, make decisions, and figure out how the story unfolds that way? I'm trying to nail this down because I don't necessarily think it has a direction other than, hey, it's Batman, but he's like acting to be a normal guy.
Perhaps you play as Bruce Wayne and you are attempting to throw people off your scent and prove that to people that Bruce Wayne is not Batman and never could be Batman.
Your scent.
Like, you know how people are always like, oh, Superman pretends to be a dorky doofus when he's Clark Kent. And but what if, first of all, that's a horrible read on Clark Kent and Superman, but what if that was what Bruce Wayne's actual tactic was? What if Batman, when he's Bruce Wayne, is like, I'm going undercover to look like I'm going undercover, and I'm purposely going undercover badly, so everybody will know that I'm Bruce Wayne lying about being Bruce Wayne. And I'm going to purposely look like a big oaf, and no one will then think that I'm Batman.
Oh, so it'll be like everybody. No, because that's kind of in character. Because he likes to present himself as just like some playboy who doesn't give a shit, who's very, is basically stupid and loves his money and loves.
He's
dating.
on 4D chess. He's like, check it out, everybody. You think that I'm Bruce Wayne, who's stupid enough to wear a bad disguise, when really this is the greatest disguise of all time.
You know, what'd be so funny is like, I feel as the game evolves, he's slowly convincing people that like, oh, there's a guy weirdly dressed on our construction site, that must be Bruce. But as the game goes on, those disguises become like, it's like setting up a thing where it's like getting people used to like the idea of you being there, but then or getting people used to it to where they don't even see you as time goes on. I don't think I'm explaining that very well, but I'm trying. You remember that one comic that came out? We Are Robin, or like it's the one where it's like every like
the
a bunch of
Robin Wars, where like the social movement happened where everybody wanted to be Robin.
Yes, and I'm wondering if there could be this situation where it's like Bruce. It just starts off as Bruce, and then he's dressing up and doing stuff, and people are like, oh, is that weirdly badly dressed disguise? It must be Bruce. So anytime they see somebody disguised like that, they're like thinking, oh, it's Bruce. So it starts off as just Bruce doing it, and then he gets a bunch of people on his team under him doing stuff. I don't know where this game is going, and I feel like there's no game here, dude.
All right, then you can... All right, let's try again. Hit me with another one.
All right, this one comes to us on Twitter from AlleyCat at Millennium Hoo-Ha. Gardening game where you constantly have to fight off nature spirits trying to keep the land untouched. I have been playing and painting a lot of Age of Sigmar, and I feel... You know what the Warhammer game needs, and the Warhammer video game? Here, okay, let's rewind a little bit here. Warhammer games, Warhammer licensed games, notoriously, most of them are not very good. So you have like the exceptions. So you have like Blood Bowl, Dawn of War 2, and maybe Death Watch, and like that new game that just came out, Stormground. Everything beyond that is kind of not great. Like even their new game, Necromunda, a lot of people got, or is it Inquisitor or Necromunda? Whatever the new FPS game they just released. They're just not very good. But you know why? It's because they've been steering clear of the Stardew Valley gardening simulator market. So what I'm pitching you, all right, let me give you a little history of a little Age of Sigmar lore here. So there are these people. They're called the Sylvaneth. They are forest people, forest spirits that are constantly, they grow and then they wither and then they, are reborn as new tree people. I'm wondering if you can do a Sylvaneth-themed gardening game, and the spirits that are fighting you are the Sylvaneth. One thing that they always talk about with gardening is you just want to harvest things at just the right time because they can get over-ripened. I'm wondering if you can do some sort of gardening game where you need to grow Sylvaneth, but you need to grow them just up until the point they can kill you. So it's like you have to like experiment. You plant a Sylvaneth, and you have to wait 3 in-game days. But if you wait anything longer, guess what? They grow scythes for hands, and then they gut you. So I'm trying to find a gardening game that is all about the timing of it, where it's like you need to harvest at just the right time. But I'm wondering if, and this is where like kind of the two wrinkles in it. One, different plants require different times and different processes to harvest them. So you have to have specialized tools to harvest the iron oak skins tree spirits, I'm also thinking, is there ways that you might want them to grow into combat things? Like, okay, so one of the big things about Warhammer, the Age of Sigmar lore right now, is that outside of major cities and civilizations, there are just a bunch of chaos people. There are a bunch of people like looking to collect your head. So can you build a gardening game that is half gardening, but what you are gardening can also kill you or defend you? So you want to grow just enough to survive waves of chaos enemies, but you don't want to have too much to where those that survive come and kill you. You know what I mean?
Okay. I see what you mean. You're creating a push and pull of the things that you are growing are just violent and crave violence. They're murder trees.
Yes.
If you grow the right amount of murder trees, they will protect you from all evil.
Yes.
If you grow too many murder trees, they will realize that they can simply kill you.
Mm-hmm. And the season...
This is an interesting push and pull.
So, I think where we can make the wrinkles even deeper is I'm wondering if the seasons affect growth rate. So, like, things don't grow that fast in winter. It just doesn't really work that way. I mean, there are some plants that do, but some plants that don't. I'm wondering.
That do be how plants work, Blake.
Do I look like I know anything about gardening?
You do, because you just dropped the knowledge that some plants grow in the winter and some plants grow in the summer.
Well,
you're chock full of plant knowledge.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, what are the wrinkles that can be added to this game? Quick, AJ, tell me what you know about Age of Sigmar.
Literally nothing.
No, you know
How's it going?
You know some things. I've talked to you about the new Age of Sigmar. Who's the new
Here's everything I know about Warhammer as from my last knowledge. It's all the old knowledge that I had, except now I know that dwarves do a funny thing where if they've been crossed, they put everything that has ever happened to them that was bad into a book.
Yeah,
they write down every time that they've been wronged and put it in a book. They have a little spite journal. All dwarves do it. All dwarves have their nasty spite journal, and when somebody gives them 1 scoop of apple pie and gives another person 2 scoops of apple pie, the dwarf says, "That's it. It's going in me book." And they'll write down in their book, "Blake fucked me on this. I only got 1 piece of pie. I hate this man."
It's so funny. I think this the Fire Slaters or the Caradron Overlords. What it is every
you can
dwarf
just say words, can't you?
Every dwarf has their own little spite journal, but them as a society, as a culture, has the one big spite tome where it's just a fucking 1,000-page book that has just a shit ton of names in it of like throughout their whole history as people. They're like of just like remembering when other people just slighted them, and
this one goes in the big book.
Funniest fucking thing. So I don't know how. I mean,
wait, could we do a game about the book?
About the book? Okay, so go on. It has to have plants. It has to be about gardening.
No, then I guess we can't do one about the book.
As much as I want to do a game about the freaking the Overlord dudes, Dwarven, they're so freaking awesome. We gotta keep our submissions going, dude.
Let's put a pin in this one, because I don't really know what directions we could take it that wouldn't be part of like normal traditional farming games, other than the idea of there being like a secondary phase where you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. I have a suggestion from Reddit.
Okay, lay it on.
This comes from user Benedito. Duty of calling. You are the friend tasked with ordering the food. How many obstacles? What do people want? What are you getting paid? How high are you?
So
Now,
that sounds like
we've
there's a bunch of
all
meters.
been the
Yeah.
one with the responsibility of placing in the order. We've
Yes.
all hung around with our friends and then made the mistake of saying, I'm going to get Taco Bell at a volume loud enough that the whole room can hear. Or worse, at the volume where one friend can hear and that friend simply shouts, can I get in on that? And then hell breaks loose. Because
Okay.
if you go to Taco Bell, you already know that if everyone needs a Baja Blast. That's problem number
Yeah.
one. Everyone needs
and
a
then
Baja
and
Blast.
then everybody has to check. Oh, are nacho fries in season right now? And then you have to have that thing of like, I think they are, maybe they are. Let me. Hey, and then another person says, let me check the internet.
And
So
if it's
then
Taco Bell, then you know that your vegetarian friends are going to be able to jump in on that order. So they're going to be like,
Yep.
oh, can I get that black bean crunch wrap? Don't get me the normal crunch wrap. That will be a problem for me.
So is this a kind of diner dashy game without like making the food? Is just are you being
Ooh, yeah.
Are you
Maybe
being
it's like it's
yeah.
Diner Dash, but you have to rush to little people in the room and like mash through the conversation so you can get
Oh.
their order onto your phone before the timer clocks out on your phone.
Okay, so so you are let's just paint the picture here.
You are
So
throwing a
you're
party.
you're in a party. It's magic night. It's Friday night magic, and you and all your best buds are sitting there, and you're trying to. Oh, actually, I just got hit with a thing. So I was trying to figure out. Okay, how can you make this game harder? How can you make this game more difficult to do? I'm
Let's
wondering.
handle ramp later. Let's get the first focus loop.
Okay, so you're going around the party, and there are X amount of people at the party. You need to go to each one of them and get their order, but you find their order through conversation. Like,
Mhm.
What does that mean? So is it just like one person saying, I don't know, I'm in the mood for something cheesy, and then you take down cheesy.
Yes, it's
and then
logic puzzles.
yeah,
You
so
have to like hear like someone will say like, "Oh, I want something cheesy," and then you'll go across the room and they'll be like, "Sally hates it when she can't tell what food she got compared to someone else."
Oh,
And you're
she
like,
hate-
"Okay, well, I
Yeah.
know Toby got a cheese quesadilla, so Sally needs something cheesy that is not a quesadilla."
And then
it's
and
all
then it's
logic
nacho
puzzles.
fries. Yeah, you find out there's like a
Everybody
potato. Yeah.
vagues about what they want without ever saying exactly what it is.
Just
You have to
fucking
go through
vague-
conversation after
vague-
conversation, writing down notes
Oh,
about what the order
fuck.
is to find out what it is that they actually want.
This reminds me of those weird puzzles. I don't know if you've have you ever played Dishonored 2?
No.
So there's a game in it called there's a little mini game in it called the Jindosh Lock, and it's a puzzle where it's like explains a party and it describes, oh, this person's carrying a diamond ring, this person has an emerald dress, and you need to like keep track of like who's holding what items as the puzzle goes. It's like, well, but then she traded her, the diamond ring for the emerald dress, but then, the emerald dress got stolen by somebody with red hair. And it's just like, it feels a lot like that. And I know those puzzles are
Yes.
very popular. So it's
It
just
is
like,
that, but
yeah.
all related to people's food orders.
Yeah, everybody's just
There will
super
be levels
vague
where
with
like you assume
Yeah.
everybody wants a Baja Blast except like one person won't. The question then is, who is it that doesn't want the Baja Blast?
No, how about this?
And the answer is, of course, it's the person with the most recent birthday. Riddle me piss, boy. Who's the
No.
most recent birthday?
No. Here's the thing. I think it would be funny just as like an in joke. Every level, no matter what, no matter who's ordering what, it is always X amount of Baja Blast that matches X amount of people at the party. It's just like, it's just one of those things. No, of course, who doesn't want a fucking Baja Blast? It's every single level except the last level. So it'll be like you go through the last level of the game and be like, why did I fail? And then you find out one person is now off of soda. And I'm wondering if you could actually tell an arc about your friends over the course of this game. So it's like you get to know a little bit about a person from their Taco Bell order. Like you talk to somebody likes a steak quesadilla and a Baja Blast. You can tell they're not wild. They're not like out there. You're not fucking around. But then you get somebody who's like,
If somebody orders the fucking Cool Ranch taco, they're a sociopath, and you can't trust them ever. If someone says, "Oh yeah, can I get the Cool Ranch taco from Taco Bell?" you know to keep them at an arm's length because what is their damage?
Oh shit, dude.
Hey Blake, definitely not because I'm biased. You don't
Yeah?
eat that, right?
What, Cool Ranch tacos?
Yeah. You wouldn't you wouldn't do this, would you?
They taste pretty good. They're pretty.
You sick fuck.
Would it hurt your feelings if I told you I preferred them more than the Doritos Locos taco?
It does hurt my feelings.
Yeah, no,
Because at least the normal spicy cheese nacho one, like, it makes sense. Like, it's a crime, but like it's an acceptable crime. It's a crime that, like, you see how people get there, right? Like, you understand why people like steal because of course they do.
Here's
but, like,
the thing.
What you've done is you've created it's an affront to God and tacos.
No, you're being dramatic, dude. Think of it this way. So
Damn straight I am. That's the bit.
No, look at it this way. So you have a Baja Blast, which is kind of like this lime blueberry-esque drink, and then you pair that with a fucking spicy like cheese thing. No, if you get a if you get a ranch, like a sweet tasting dish, like a Cool Ranch fucking taco, it goes so amazingly paired.
The taco will still have taco seasoning. You sick fuck.
No, but it's like
what you've done is you've put ranch on a taco.
Yeah, and that's fucking delicious. What are you talking about? Have you never had the chicken taco with ranch on it? You
No.
Have you ever been to Del Taco?
Wouldn't you know it? I'm specifically the person that wouldn't.
You know, I feel like your food, you get a little weird about food. I think food is like, it could be anything you want. You could fucking
It can't. There's rules.
No, there is no rules in food, dude. You could take your taco, you can get some freaking nacho cheese fries dip. You could dip your taco in that cheese dip.
Okay, no, that rules. Yes, that follows the rules.
Even if it's a Cool Ranch taco, AJ.
The Cool Ranch is what has broken the rule, but I feel like that got lost somewhere.
But then you get the best of both worlds. Like, you can have the Cool Ranch taco, which is a nice, refreshing, cool-tasting taco. Then you have a nice, refreshing Baja Blast. Oh, you know what? You feel like jazzing it up a little bit. Pass me some of that cheesy dip. Dip your Cool Ranch in it. Bam, you got a fucking cheesy, delicious Doritos Loco taco.
A normal nacho taco.
Nah, dude, that's too easy.
Los Crazy Locos taco.
This is the conversations you're having with your friends. It's just like you find out over the course of the night, like one person's like really fucking angry, and you find out the reason why they're angry. You find out what order they wanted originally. Like, oh, no, here's
one person at the party that, like, you always can start the discussion there because they are hating on other people's orders, and you can use that as like your constant variable, so you know who. Like, you always have a starting point based on what this person's opinions about other people's food are.
Oh,
like,
my God. Yeah, they're my good baseline. And then it's like, oh, Stacy's getting a cheesy item again, or they're getting a potato item again, or they're like, or Josh is eating steak again. You know?
Like, it's not even like that specific. It's like Josh is getting the same thing he got yesterday. I swear he ate it 2 days ago too. And then you have to sit there and you're like, oh,
you look at the receipts. No, you look at the receipts. You have a journal of all your receipts. Because like everybody, it's like, no, because fucking anybody in our friend group who goes out and does a Taco Bell run does the same exact motion every single time. They unroll the fucking giant ass receipt like it's an ancient scroll.
And they read receipt.
And they read it off like, all right, bitch, you owe me this, you owe me that, and then you hang on to those receipts because they haven't Venmo'd you yet.
Yes, I love this idea of a game that like is just constant logic puzzles on a timer, and if you don't finish the order in time, whatever orders you didn't place are cut, and you will lose points for that.
Could you spice it up? And I'm wondering, is there... Because, you know, like, I'm trying to think of, like, from personal experience, the most stressful shit when I am ordering on the phone for the family or a group of friends is when they're changing their order or talking to me about their order while I'm on the phone. So, like, I have to balance this conversation with this person, you know, taking my order while also making sure not to lose it on the people yelling at me, especially at a group. So is that the balance of this game? That's why you're on a timer, because this person's going to fucking hang up on you because you've been taking so long giving your order.
Exactly. Yes, that is it.
So you have to, like, maybe, you know, it'd be so funny. Because obviously you're calling the same Taco Bell every day. you kind of maybe you can develop this weird conversation and relationship with the person on the phone. So it'll
The
be
Taco
like
Bell employee is just as much a character as every other character in this game.
Yes. And then oh my gosh. You know what'd be so cool too is like you find out like one of your friends, like Lenny went to Taco Bell on their own, and you actually have to get what they ordered from the sales associate. So like then
Lenny says, "Just give me my regular," and then you're on the phone like, "Hey, do you know Lenny? He's a guy that looks like he's got like a long green beard. He's a real character. He's tall."
He's lanky. He's got green in his hair.
He's lanky. He always has a little dog with him.
You just say the same thing, but in different ways. He's like, yeah, they're a little bit on the tall side, and they got like a nice colorful green, beard and hair. And then they're like, no, can you give that to me again? It's like, they got long legs and a long torso and a fat head, but then they got like a little, they got some streaks going through their hair. They're green.
The green one. How many green people could you have in this town?
This definitely feels like it should be taking place in your hometown, bro, of St. Helens, where it's just like there's a Dutch Bros, a Taco Bell, a Dollar Tree, and that's it.
There's Victor Rico's.
There's Victor Rico's, and there's a Walmart, and then 10 bars.
2 Subways.
That's right, the legendary 2 Subways on the same street corner. All right, let me give you a game.
Let's put it in this. Yeah, hit me with a game.
This one comes to us on Twitter from Mop, probably Callum Philpott, at Marvelous Mop. Make a game with an ad that shows gameplay from the game, along with the caption, only 2% of humans can reach pink color. What is pink color? Is this a state of mind? Is this this is a game about revealing more color as the game goes on? Or is it like, I'm trying to figure out, because this feels like an LSD trip, let's be real. That feels like something...
I feel like I've never been on LSD, but I assume most of those phone mobile games that I get advertisements for on TikTok are LSD trips.
Wait, what? I'm not on TikTok, because I know that's a pit that some people just fall into and never climb out of.
They're the same mobile game ads that you would get on, like, YouTube. They're just cropped differently.
Okay, hold on. If we're talking about YouTube ads, I keep getting fucking ads for... I think it's Atlantic Lens Co. It's just the same filter and it's the same ad, and I keep getting the same fucking ad, and I'm so mad. I have had nobody to talk to about this, and I'm so upset. Like, I'm just trying to listen.
What?
It's a fucking lens company who basically makes crystals that you put in front of your lens, and the way it reflects the light, it basically creates these rainbow flares. Or
that's cool.
Yeah, they're really neat, and they're really well designed things. It's just for some reason I keep getting ads for them. I may have clicked on the ad once because I was curious the first time I saw it, and I was like, okay, cool. This is a cool ad.
Well, you did that to yourself. You fucked up.
Now
that's what you get for interacting. That's what you get for being on the internet, dork.
So fuck it. It's just so irritating.
So only 2% of the players make it to pink, huh?
Yeah.
I feel it. Hey, bud.
Yeah, that was a sentence, all right.
We could just slap that onto the cover of Bumble, couldn't we? I'm sorry.
I mean, you're just reading the copy, dude. Don't worry about it.
So what would that mean? Only 2% of the people make it to the pink.
Okay.
Hey, Blake, what's so funny about that? Could you explain it to me?
Just the way you're saying it is just so funny to me, because you say it with such confidence, but I can feel that, like, when you know somebody for a long time, you could feel in the back of their voice like what they're really saying to you.
I don't know what you mean. Like, this couldn't possibly be a double entendre. Could it?
Well, the way they quoted that Mop quoted it, it's of only 2% of humans can reach pink color, and are so
I know exactly what this is.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a game about eating shrimp.
Okay. So what?
Here's where I need to start. Blake, do you know Flamingos?
By Caro Benito? Of course I do.
No, like flamingo's the actual last bird.
No, that was a fucking trick question. You can't ask me that after talking about shrimp. That is such a fucking trick. No, fuck you. Fuck you
No.
so badly. Yes,
So
yes.
flamingos,
Yes,
you know
yes.
why they're pink, yes?
Yes, because because of their diet. They eat so much shrimp that they turn pink. Which is like, why the fuck doesn't work that way for us humans? Like, I want to
Does
just...
it? Here's my... We've gotten to the core of it.
Hey, AJ,
Does it work for humans?
AJ, I hate to break it to you.
Perhaps
you are,
only 2%
you're pink,
of
dude.
humans
Look at
can
your
make
skin,
it pink.
dude. Look at your pink
No,
skin.
No. I've been working in the sun a lot lately. My skin's not pink anymore. It's got a nice bronze to it now.
So
I'm just wondering how much shrimp would a human being have to eat before they could become pink?
I
like
don't know.
A flamingo.
Go to a buffet in Vegas. I'm sure they'll have some insight for you.
Or
That's
what this game is.
Okay,
Only
so
2% of human beings can become pink from eating enough shrimp.
So
are you strong enough? Are you part of the elite?
Are you part of the elite pink? So is the game like a mobile game where you are just trying? Is it like a cookie clicker bullshit thing where you're just trying to eat shrimp, or is
it's a global scoreboard where you have to take a video of yourself eating a shrimp and then it will count for 1 point?
So
this game will track who has eaten the most shrimp in their life, period.
Oh my god, that's
amazing. We will also be using this to analyze those photos and inspect who is becoming pink.
No, so you know what you do?
Because it's possible that the person that eats the most shrimp in the world is not part of the 2% that become pink.
Oh,
that would be embarrassing. They would be just like Sisyphus pushing up a boulder, hoping to become pink from all the shrimp.
Hoping to become pink one day, but not today. And then you get some people that are like, you get these fiascos where like some people spray painted themselves pink, and then it comes out on like you see an article on Polygon, person playing famous shrimp game. It gets spray painted pink. Gets caught. I don't know.
Shrimp
what the fuck
streamer.
Shrimp streamer. See, okay, when you talked about a platform where people are actively eating shrimp, I would be so fascinated to see how creative people get with those videos. Because you can't just tell somebody like, hey, set the camera up like you're holding it like a selfie and then take it, eat a shrimp. No, people are going to start slapping music on that. People are going to do these cool, complex like finger dances that result in them eating a shrimp. It's going to be shrimps. It's going to be TikTok.
They're going to put the shrimp on a tech. They're going to put the shrimp on a tech deck and launch it off a ramp and then catch it.
And then you get these Then you're gonna get those road trip shrimp where they just like stick it on their window, see a whole time lapse go by of them driving to another state, and then they eat it once they're in the next state. And then you just have these you build this whole ecosystem of people making complex TikTok style videos.
Who were those guys that were going viral like 2 years ago because it was just a bunch of dudes that threw stuff really cool, crazy ways?
Are you talking about, I was going to say the Dude Bros, but I don't think that's their name.
It feels like their name, though. Like you said, like you and I both know who we're talking about, and just calling them the Dude Bros feels right.
No, I think Bros is in their name. Because they're are you talking about the Trick Shot people?
I'm talking about the Trick Shot people.
Trick Shot, I think it's like, Trick Shots. I think it's called Dude Perfect.
Dude Perfect. Yes,
yeah.
We're going to get some Dude Perfect level shit of these people doing cool shrimp stunts. In a perfect world, Dude Perfect is the one uploading the most crazy shrimp eating fiascos.
Oh my god.
In a picture perfect future vision that I'm having now, one of the Dude Perfect guys is pink from all of the shrimp he's eaten.
Oh my god. And then I'm picturing just like a group of dudes,
like a real bubblegum pink bitch.
Yeah, like a flamingo. They just basically turn into a flamingo.
Yes.
All right. So do you got another game for me? Because we're getting towards the end of the episode.
Let me see if I got another game.
Give me maybe one lightning round. Dude shrimp. Shrimp perfect. Pink.
An open world game where the main character becomes self-aware and starts trying to break the game to escape it.
Okay.
This comes from @EddieF419.
Okay.
Now, here's the idea that I had.
Yeah.
Did you ever play? We've all played Sunset Overdrive, right? I know
Yes.
you haven't played it.
I mean, I've watched you play it, so I've gotten enough information about it.
Sunset Overdrive hit a weird point where in the final act of it, it became oddly like meta and like self-referential and self-aware that it was a video game. But something that was really cool was the idea of it reached a certain point where like one of the gimmicks was that the characters noticed that there was an invisible wall around the city. And for a little bit, you have to spend this whole moment where you're trying to get around the invisible wall to get into a different location that you couldn't get into previously. But what if that was like a video game character's main goal? And so you write up this entire story where the main character is like, there is a wall, a magic wall here. I'm going to get out of it. And that is the whole game's build. You are running around and making friends, getting power, getting allies so that you can find a way to identify and then destroy the invisible wall that has locked you into this space.
I'm wondering if this is like one of those games. I'm trying to figure out like is there a world where you can go kind of a Doki Doki Literature Club-esque style with this, where you actually have to go in and control the game files? For those that don't know, Doki Doki Literature Club, I'm not going to spoil the ending because it's really good.
Spoilers for Doki Doki Literature Club. You do have to do game file management.
Yeah, you have to go into the actual folder. And I think that changed actually with Doki Doki Plus. They actually just integrated it into the game, which is hilarious. Yeah, because not many people know how to do that. You actually had to go into like your Steam library and manage files, and I thought that was so cool. So I'm wondering if you can do this game that is like a back and forth of you got to play the game, do like maybe Sunset Overdrive style. Like if this is a game about a wall, that tells me it's a free running game. Like this is about overcoming something, about climbing things.
Hell yeah, it's like a Mirror's Edge type game.
Yeah, and I love that because the climax of the game is you getting to the highest point in the city, and that's where you think you're gonna, like, that's where the wall is thinnest. Like, you're gonna, rather than trying to get over the wall, you're gonna break the ceiling, and that's like kind of that's the whole mentality of this game. But I'm trying to think, you go back and forth between doing like free running missions and then having to go out and do like maybe it becomes a coding game, or it becomes something where you need to move one folder to the other, fucking Matrix style, dude. So every time you get a character upgrade, it's like, oh fuck, it's behind a wall. You actually have to drag that like install file into the player character's folder.
It's a Matrix game that teaches you how to code.
It's a Matrix game that teaches you how to fucking code, dude. And if you
would
get
essentially
the
have
wrong
these moments where a character's like, here's how you'll do it, and you'll go into a file and like the character will explain to you the things that you need to do. You then have to go into your files and mess with the game's code to actually make that change happen. If you mess up, the game shatters.
Yes,
and then you'll have to reinstate your save.
No, but we go fucking crazier with it, AJ. So one of the things I love watching on the internet is like doing different runs of like Fallout 3 and Skyrim. One of the runs I saw is there's this mod that you can get for Fallout New Vegas called a randomizer, where it just basically like anything anybody's wearing, anything anybody's like, you know, their heights, their sizes, the weapons they're carrying, the clothes that they're wearing is all fucking random. So I'm wondering, rather than like you just giving your character an ability is just the first slice of the pie. You got to go in, and as you go through the game gets more corrupt because you keep corrupting it more and more to where it can bend to your will. It's like, well, shit, there's no doors here. I wonder what would happen if I just spawned in a door. That you got to go into the code and it says spawn X 50 doors. Because what I love about this is there's no limitations on what you can do. So the moment you learn it in the game, you can do it whenever you want. So it becomes this kind of memory thing, like not necessarily. I mean, it kind of is a Metroidvania sort of thing. Like anytime you get a new ability, you can go back to a previous zone. So like in one chapter, you learned how to spawn a door. Oh, I wonder if I can spawn a door on this wall that looked like a door should have been there. So it's like this, you basically learn different coding abilities as the game goes on. But then you can also but as you do it, the game becomes more and more corrupt. It becomes more and more, quote, unplayable, even though it is still playable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm into this.
Yeah, because it's like you have to constantly go that back and forth, and I just like the idea of actually typing shit out and learning it. I feel like I think there's like a part of a lot of people. I mean, maybe not a lot of people. I don't want to like just assign that to everybody. But I think there are a lot of people who think like, man, if I was, how cool would it be to just be a hacker? Like you see this wall of numbers
Yeah.
and you see this magic like forming of things, like you just understand something, that a language that only a select few can get a hold of, and you just
And you
tap
know
into that
what I
feeling.
think my favorite thing about this game
What's up?
is that it's definitely teaching you how to hack and code and not at all just giving you garbage numbers because that's how games are actually made. Like what we are proposing is we are creating a game where you can jump into the keyboard and put if wall then door right there in the code, and it will spawn a door where you want it to be.
Yep,
Which I
yep.
don't think is at all how game design is made. But this game will claim that it is teaching you how to hack and code video games, real video games.
If I remember correctly, that is how games are made, dude. You just
That's what the Matrix told me. It's all just ones and zeros, baby.
Well, if you just, I mean, like if you picture games, it's like, and I'm just really talking out of my ass here, but I think that's half the joy of doing this podcast. I think in the line
I think
of
that this
code,
game pretends that it's dead serious about teaching players actual skills.
Yeah, that's the
That
whole
is
marketing.
not what it will be doing. We will be marketing it as a game that teaches you how to hack. People will play this game and they will think that video game programming is as simple as putting in X and Y graphs and saying if 3.5x 32.7y then door, and people will be like, that's how video games is. And
this is what we say. This is what we put on the cover of this fucking box. Is it says it will teach you C+++. There is so people are like, I'm actually going to learn real gaming code here. C++ does not fucking exist. It's only C++. So
but the third plus will have really small.
No. Oh yeah, I guess that would work too.
Okay, let's work on our nug now.
I don't know. I feel it's either this or the Flamingos game. I think the Flamingos game has a little bit more of that weird, wild energy. But I feel the RC...
I really do love the idea of creating a national scoreboard of who's eaten the most shrimp in their lifetime. I want to create the social media crave of people eating shrimp.
That's what you call it. You just
Tragically,
call it
I won't
crave,
be able
dude.
to take part in it because I don't eat fish or meat. But I would love just scrolling through the feeds.
Do you think Jeff Bezos uses Amazon? I doubt it. You're just going to be there to cash in, AJ. You're going to be there to make all that sweet social media money.
So what are we going to name our cool social media app that tracks people as they eat shrimp?
I think Crave is pretty good. Like either Crave or
Here's the thing. I will give you Crave, but here's what I need out of it. Every letter is a shrimp. You know what I mean? Like the C is a shrimp in a C form. The A is like either one shrimp real curled up or it's three shrimp in an A. It's all shrimp, baby. It's shrimp all the way down. Crave.
So it's shrimp all the way down. That's the name of it. Shrimp all the way down.
Yeah, because as you scroll down your feed, it's just more and more shrimp. Yeah, shrimp all the way down. Crave.
Down.
The social media app of the future. You know, there's always been talk about who's going to make the next social media app. And it turns out it's us with our shrimp eating app that will track how many shrimp you've eaten. And we'll see who, only 2% of the population can turn pink.
Yeah,
when people do turn pink, they will get a pink check mark next to their name. So it's verified.
Oh my god,
pink.
they're shrimpified instead of verified. Oh fuck! All right, all right. So shrimp all the way down, or do we just want to call it?
It's Crave.
It's just Crave. Okay. Man, that's almost like a little bit. I like it because people like those one word like tick. Yeah, I mean TikTok isn't.
Unless we can think of a better word for shrimp.
I was gonna say crawdads, but those are not at all shrimp. Shrimp synonym. Runt, krill, non-entity, cipher, shellfish, nobody, nebbish, prawn.
What's a shrimp dish?
A cocktail. I think a shrimp cocktail. Shrimp curry. Shrimp
They just
dishes.
it's just other foods with the word shrimp in it. There's not anything fun.
Yeah. I mean, have you not seen fucking Bubba Gump? He's just going over like all the different kinds of shrimp. You got pan shrimp. You got shrimp scampi. You got Vito's
Shrimp ceviche, shrimp dip. Yeah, there's no fun word for like a shrimp meal, huh? Shrimp scampi? It couldn't just be scampi? There's like 18 different ways to say cow, but we ain't got nothing for shrimp? I can think of 3 different ways off the top of my dome to say pig, and shrimp gets shrimp?
I mean, okay, name the ways to say pig. Let's prove yourself.
Sausage, bacon, ham.
But those are specific dishes that utilize it. It's not like another word for shrimp.
Hot dog.
That incorporates many different things. That's all the trimmings, bro.
Cow's the same way because you got like T-bone. You got what's the one where it's the baby cows?
I mean, that's not a different name for beef. That's a type of
Veal.
steak cut. Okay, veal is completely different.
It's baby cow.
I know it's baby cow and it's sad and I don't want to talk about it.
But what I'm saying is that it is cow.
Yeah.
And again, like pig, we got multiple words for pig, but shrimp, we just got shrimp.
There's not many different cuts on a shrimp.
The fish industry is so stupid. It makes me mad. This is why I don't eat meat. Y'all are so bad at branding and marketing. Pick a through line. Commit.
Pick a lane, shrimp. My God.
Pick a lane, meat industry. Damn.
Okay, so I think Crave is pretty good. I think just calling it Flamin.go would be fun too. An app called Flamin.go, like Flamin-go.
Okay, Flamin apostrophe or period go. Yes,
Yeah,
that rules.
yeah,
That's stupid in a way that I really respect.
Flamin.go.
Because then people will be like, "Are you flaming?"
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, dude. That's fucking awesome. Okay, so Flamin.go.
Flamin.go, yes.
That works. Hold on. I need to check if I have a feeling I'm going to
I'm just going to go ahead and purchase Flamin.go.
Flamingo.com. I don't have anything on Flamin.go, so it's open. It's ours, baby.
It's all ours, baby.
All right, let's go to
Blake,
patch.
that's an app.
That is an app. What do you think its predominant color is? That was a trick
Purple.
question.
No, it's got like a purple background and all of the font is pink.
Oh, that would look awful. That would be so awful to look at.
It's gonna have real like tech company vibes to it. You know what I mean? Like you know that
Like
you know
not
exactly
in
what I
touch
mean
with
when I
the
say
social zeitgeist at
emotionless
all.
tech company look. That noodle arm thing. Everything's pastel. The Fred Meyer's commercials, the bank ads, all of that stuff. That is the aesthetic that this game will have. It will use that color palette of a like a weird blurply background screen. All of the text will be pink, and all of the like text boxes will be white.
Oh shit! All right, let's go to patch notes.
Let's go to patch notes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Patch Notes. Today, Blake and I got a fun announcement, a follow-up to last week's update. We told you last week that we were going to be playing games with the Patreon Discord supporters on the 21st of this month, and we finally decided what game we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing... No, you do it. You sounded excited for it. You tell them. You tell them about how cool and powerful you are in this game now, and you're going to kill everybody.
Dude, I am not good at this game at all, but I love playing it. We're going to be playing Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you feel like you can come into the server, kick our asses, kick our other Patreon members' asses, and claim the crown for yourself, come play some Smash Bros. With us. It's going to be a really good time. We get on voice chat with everybody, and we just talk, we catch up, see how everybody's doing, and it's one of my favorite things to do every month. We should do that more. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about playing games with the Discord more, yeah.
Other than that, we hope you guys stay safe out there. It is very hot. It is a hot summer.
The northwestern heat wave is still killing me. I came to Oregon being like, oh, it'll be nice and cool, and I'll be able to live. And it's been a billion degrees for the last 7 months.
Yeah.
Keep safe, drink plenty of water.
Yeah, or drink some, what is that? Drink some Pedialyte.
Or drink some body armor. That like weird like coconut water Gatorade. Man, that stuff is so good.
I have no idea
A
how
little
hydrate.
life hack, Blake.
Yeah,
Body armor is the greatest hangover recovery
I have
ever.
never heard of that. Is that like a regional thing? Oh God, I just hit my mic.
I feel like I've had it in California before, but
Yeah?
I've definitely noticed it more the further I've gotten away from LA.
See, thing is, I hate coconut water. I
also hate coconut
fucking
water, but
hate
the body armor hits different.
It hits different. It hits different on the inside. Well, I
With
don't know
that
if
said, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of our sign off if you're cool with that one.
All right, sure.
Our intro and outro is Cheap Shot by Anamanaguchi, an excellent song from an excellent band for an excellent game. I've been one of your hosts, AJ Hart.
And I have been your other host, Blake Rea.
This has been Spiritual Successor, and these are cool games
That should not be made.